Hello YouTube viewers, welcome to my channel S2T. In today's live stream, we're gonna discuss some interesting topic. This would be my second live stream, and now I'm gonna make a decision that I'm gonna do live stream every week on this channel. Hopefully, I can pull it off properly. So I just came from a live stream on my Hindi channel. This is my second live stream of the day. So Iriji, you are already starting to comment. Hi Anupam, I'm watching your since 2019, 2020. Oh, quite a long back. Since 2019, 2020. Oh, quite a long back. Long while back. I learned a lot of things from you. Thank you. That is a very nice thing to say, and I'm very happy. That's literally why I do my job. So I'm very happy about that. You're talking about solar plus wind plus shore water reservoir near sea equals bum bum. Yeah, I'm getting it, but like what you are talking about is closed loop uh, thermal. Yeah, closed looped pumped hydro. It does not have to be near sea. It can be deep under, basically deep inland also. And generally, you do not want to be near sea for anything because sea environment is very corrosive, very brutal. So underestimating it is stupid to say the least. It's one of those things that everybody thinks that we can harness energy from the sea, which again you can. There is no a law that is stopping you. It's just that you have to understand that it will be brutally difficult simply because of the harsh environment, and I mean really. Sorry about that. Little, like ludicrously difficult if you do not properly align for it. You will find that it causes too much. Oh, you are before 7. No, you unless the channel setting was wrong. Exactly at 7. I started exactly at 7. So that happened. Oh, although I have a very awesome announcement, I just received my first international donation from PayPal from Michael, Michael, Michael Longworth. It was on 28 April, and he also gave a note. Great channel. I'm very, very glad. I did put a lot of effort into making basically PayPal. So I'm very happy about that, and thank you so much to validating it. Does it actually work? So I'm very happy and very grateful. Thank you so much, uh, Michael Longworth. I'm like actually in this channel it's a very big deal. So I'm very very happy about this. Because yes, deal. I would thought like I would put a QR code like this of PayPal, but PayPal does not allow QR code in India because India already has a QR code. This is UPI's QR code, Unified Payment Interface. So that's why like you can't have two interface, and this interface basically for Indians in inside India is transfer money as much as you want, as quickly as you can, without any charges. Basically government pays for it, so it's a really good system. So PayPal, like again, I get PayPal is doing the same thing, but like PayPal has charges. This does not have charges, at least for India. So again, there are other countries India is working with that soon will implement these things internationally. But I do expect if once we go from border to border, there still would be charges. So that would be a very interesting thing to see how this UPI evolves. So this is some good news. Very good. Oh, unfortunately, there is power cut. That's why AC is not running. So I do apologize. Oh, it came. So thank you. So let's talk about some what's been going on. Uh, Knock knock. Hi, hello to you. So if you have watched my video, you have seen that I was talking about this puppy. This was my basically not Mark 1, I would call minimum viable product of fume extractor. It did work, and it's still working condition, but I wanted to make a better one. So thankfully, after a lot of design consideration, lot of 3D printing, I finally made it. And this is a 3D printed system, and everything can be printed in a basic 3D printer, and everything interlocks quite intricately. And yeah, you do see these lines. They are happening because my 3D printer is not enclosed, so it does causes a little bit of working, but I thought of that. So I can put a aluminum sheet from here to inside, and that will seal it up. I can tape it if I need to, but there is nothing on this side. That was a requirement. I wanted this side to be as smooth as possible and more professional. Basically, I wanted to make it as professional. So I found out a very unique way of attaching things. So for example, if I open it like this, you will find there is a latch here, right? And it's a curved latch. So printing it like this, it will print. It will not require support. And counter of this is here. So I can drop it like this and then lock it. Now you're like, okay, wouldn't it just open? Yeah, it will. But that's why I have screw. So screw go from here to here. Like I have already done screws on this side. So use silicon seal. Yeah, that can be done, but I do not want anything permanent. I want I do not know, but there is something inherently wrong with me where I do not like permanent things. I will not use glue. It will solve all my problem. Most likely I will never open it up, but like it does not work. Can China can achieve DNA manipulation? Knock knock. Yeah, what you're talking about is a very vague question. You have to provide context of it because DNA manipulation we have been doing it from long ago, like from 1970. You have to be very precise. What exactly you're talking about? Spirit, hi, hello to you. Prakash Mehta, friend of birds. You silicon. Okay, I already covered it. Recently came to know about your channel. Your videos are really helpful for UPSC preparation. Any plan of video do specifically for UPSC preparation for science and tech section? No, I'm like again. People who are way too dedicated on UPSC rather than learning things, they follow too much of like what you call standards. Basically, they're like you have to have this qualification and all that. I do not have it. I'm an artist, so practically speaking, it's not suited for me. If people can learn from my videos, I'm all about it. That's why I'm doing it. So I am very happy about that. But like intently doing it, first thing like, oh, what is your qualification? So I do find that sort of environment not like what I'm gonna do there. So it's not a uh, it's not my cup of tea. Let's just put it that way. It's not my cup of tea. So this worked out quite well. Everything can easily be printed, including this on Ender 3 without too much issue. And I ordered a fan. I have no idea what is happening with this, what do you call, company. Hold on, my fans are a bit far. Let me just... So I was talking about ordering these big fans. As you can see, these are thicker fan compared to uh, standard fans. These are like 25 millimeter. These are 38 millimeter. They are generally used on industrial kind of equipment. Like if you have any mobile tower, you see a fan that is sucking in, most likely it would be this size, 38 millimeter. It's a common industrial, what you call, size kind of structure. Now I ordered from this brand. This is Four Dot. It's a weird Indian brand because again they are like a middleman to a middleman. So I ordered. They sent me. Now first I ordered this size for 3000 RPM. What they sent was 2000 RPM. I asked them, but now problem with their design is like all fan models has this exact stamp. Exact same. Does not matter what size, what RPM, all of them have this exact stamp. So they themselves kind of mess it up. So they asked me to just send it back. They refunded me. Okay, cool, awesome. Then I ordered this puppy. This is supposed to be 4000 RPM. Somehow I got 7000 RPM fan. Now you're like, isn't that good? No, no. This puppy draws so much power that my motherboard header that is designed for 4 amps of continuous draw. It's a pump header designed for what you call water pumps. Asus motherboard, like many modern motherboards, have a header specifically made for water pump that is continuous high load capacity, and this puppy overloads that. It is too loud, too powerful, and I just like it broke me down like how dangerous it is because like I started it and then I just instantly pull it out because if my finger touches this, I'm dead. I'm dead. Like I'm dead. So I'm kind of happy that I had bought a set of these. The set came in 6, so at least I have some probability of using it. So uh, that happened. It was so shocking. It's like how the heck a company can mess it up. Like fourth, and again, this draws too much power. That's a big issue. How the heck I'm gonna power it? Like, I was thinking about using a normal wall adapter or maybe USB-C power delivery, maybe up to 60 watt. But these puppy are like, bro. So now I'm stuck, and I am just too fed up with like waiting for fan. Like this whole project is stuck because of the fans. So I made a decision. I'm just gonna use this puppy. Okay. Can I recently we can do okay. So you're currently trying to upload every day on this channel? No. I'm not trying to upload it every day on this channel. This you have to understand some context here. I have been doing YouTube for 6 years. First 3 years, like again, early years, I was only doing Hindi channel, mixed channel, Hindi and English. And after then, I kind of learned that was a hyper stupid of me. I should have done two separate channel. But after 2 years, I did that. Now I had very good growth in the first 3 years of this channel, this whole endeavor. It was exponential growth, meaning if I show you in a graph, it's like subscribers are going up, hours are going up. After that, my life exploded 3 years ago, and then I do not know whether it's because of my what you call emotional mess up or like it's just something changed or TikTok happened. Things went sour, and like after that 3 years, it's starting to like oscillate a lot. And then I have noticed that zoom out a bit, like 3 years have passed. It's like, yeah, I'm not going up, like flat out, not up. And like even my finances are not going up. So that's a very scary situation. Now, again, ups and downs happen in one of this sort of thing. But like if it's starting to become obvious in 3 years, I was like, okay, I have to do some serious change. If I do not, I will not have anything left. So I made some changes. As of now, I'm still not sure what I'm gonna do because I just had a code date, which again I talked about in last live stream. I just did that. Turns out it was all I had to do is go there and it's like present, sir. Nothing else. Present, sir. Just sign on a paper, present, sir, done. But I asked my side of lawyer to at least please start the case because there are total 3 cases. I've already lost one. Second one is going on. There is a good probability, knock on wood, I could win on that one. A winning in this case would be like losing miserably, something like that. It's not pleasant, let's just be clear about that, but at least I'll get some closure if that happens. So I asked them like just do it. So it's like how quickly do you want? I'm like as quickly as I can. He just said Monday. I did not thought about it. It's like okay, just deal with it. So next Monday I have to go again, but it's okay. It's like at least when that happens the case will move forward, and that will be a very good it's a basically closure for me at this point in time. I just want like all this to be behind me. But so after that Monday, I'll have some time. I'll think through what I want to do because my past experience where I was trying to do 7 videos, 7 days, which I've been doing for almost 1.5 years, it was just not working out. I'm getting too tired, fatigued, burnt, and I'm not even making any money. So it was like I'm like I get it, 1 day, 2 day, 3 days, I get it, but like years, it started to reach a point where it's like I'm not resonating anymore. And be mindful, this is a global issue for almost all content creator, be it in India, be it in America, be it in Europe. All of them are facing this issue, and the primary culprit is TikTokification of everything. Basically, before TikTok, attention span was measured in minutes. Now attention span is being measured in seconds. You can't do anything in seconds. Heck, I have TikTok, what you call shorts that are doing quite well. Money, zero, zero. So that created a very serious, what you call, what the hell I'm to do kind of scenario. A link to buy. It's a 4 dots one. I would not recommend it because if the company does not know what they are sending you, you may get awesome. Like again, I get it. Like some people are like, "Whoa, this is awesome! I'm getting so powerful." Yeah, if you do not know what you're dealing with, you could. And again, this most likely will fry any equipment that is not designed to handle it. So that's why I would not recommend this. How can a possible fan in small CPU? You can use any CPU you want, like 12 volt is 12 volt. You can use, short spoiled YouTube algorithm. That is absolutely true. Everybody is complaining. Like, I'm not joking. This happened. This literally happened. In one of my shorts, I talked about last week's short, why electrification. Again, the short is available in English in this channel also. But like, why electrification is not primary for every nation. I was talking about like, because it's way too expensive. Not only the track cost goes expensive per kilometer, but also the maintenance goes up. And if you are in a sparse country like USA is very sparse, even though it's the third largest population planet wide, in terms of square kilometer it has, it's bonkersly huge. Like it's huge. It's like, whoa. Like it's huge. Like you can fit three India kind of huge. So of course they cannot just like, oh, we're gonna have a substation every few kilometers. It would be like they have to have thousands of substation, even with AC transmission lines. So it does not work out for them. So I was trying, and one person, I'm not joking, this actually happened. Why you made a short about you can explain all of this in one line in Twitter. I'm like, what the hell? I was like, it was so tragic. It made me laugh. I was like, okay, please give me short links where your people are doing PhD thesis in 1 minute. I really want to see. At least TikTok was kind of TikTok is banned in India, so I cannot tell you directly. Um, like it was banned few years ago. TikTok or Instagram, if I'm not mistaken, Instagram has 3 minutes. So I could see some people doing something, but YouTube has 1 minute. It's difficult. So it's one of those things. Uh, sir, I think this is your first live stream on S2T English channel. No, no, no. I have done few live streams, but like very far ago, like 3, 4 years ago. It's like very long ago. And again, I did it last week, and now I will try my best as long as I can pull it off, doing live stream here also weekly because I did get kind of good reception last week. So I'm very happy about that. So I'm gonna do. So you said first step is difficult, then it becomes easy. I believe every step is equal. What you believe. See, first step gives people do not start. That's why people say first step is the most difficult. Starting, having the balls to fail, basically. Like you have to start, and you have to be willing to be like, okay, I'm gonna try this. It may or may not work. Having that balls is the hardest thing. You will be shocked how many people do not even start. Failing is a different thing. Like people do not start because they are so scared of failing. That's why people say just start now. Either it works or does not work. Now I'm in a situation where I'm half lucky, half miserable. So in that scenario where I'm like, I have that, like, let's just do it. Like, all things aside, my life is very good. Yeah, it's like, yeah, I'm complaining, like I'm dealing with, like, poor finances, but who isn't in this timeline? Who isn't? And all things considered, it's very good. Overall, it's very good. So, and again, I love to do what I'm doing. People are in, what you call, uh, people are enjoying it. I'm getting good interactions. I get to meet so many amazing people. My recent travel to Mumbai and into that Chemtech Foundation expo was awesome, in that I was personally called by Mirik for scale, and I covered a lot of amazing people. I talked to people whose videos I was covering. Like, I directly talked to the individual who was making geothermal drilling of Koisar. I talked to the individual face to face. So I had amazing experience there. So I do remove my bank balance. Other than that, everything else is awesome. So I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. That's why people say the first step is the hardest. It's like many times people will not dare to risk it because, like, we are too scared of being failure. Although there is a one old gentleman, I'm pretty sure he has passed away, but like he's like, a lot of his videos and seminars are circulating around. It's like, it's all risky. Let me tell you how risky it is. You're not gonna survive. At the other end, you're gonna die. So I was like, damn. It was so what you call jarring for me. It was like, okay, I can't be a cowardly individual. I'm gonna die. Either I'm a coward or a brave individual. So might as well try. What's the worst gonna happen? Oh, I'm gonna die. Like, I'm gonna die exactly like billions of people before me and billions of people after me. That's not a big deal. So might as well try. That's why people say the first step is the hardest thing. Like, it's Loki had the actor of that who plays Loki had one dialogue that was very good. It's like, all of us have two lives. Second one starts when we realize we only have one. I was like, damn. This is one of those things where, like, sometimes some things just hits you. It's like resonates with you, and it's like, whoa. So let's see what happens. I think your channel is dead for other YouTubers. They shorted everyone's dopamine receptor with high edited content. Yeah, it's TikTok was way too, what you call, pornification. I have no other word. Pornification of entertainment. Like, it went too far out. Like, and like, again, look into TikTok. It's just like, there is a limit how much information one can like, receive and process in 1 minute, and people starting to expect that in everything. Yeah, that's the system. USP aspirant live chat as quickly as possible. Your cancer. Who cares? I have turned off history, so no shorts recommendation. That's a unique way of doing it. I may have to try it, but again, I since I am a YouTuber, I do need to know things. So for me, it's turning it off is not as easy as just like, okay, turn it off. So, okay, what's the action plan? Now, action plan is these fans are too powerful, but I literally worked on ESP32 for this exact reason. So I can utilize the blue wire. As you can see, the blue wire in this is the PWM signal. So I can tone it down, meaning if I can start it and it does not directly short by power supply, I should be able to tone it down to 1500 RPM or maybe 2000 RPM. And because of the thickness, even at 1500 RPM, it will give enough oomph to actually do any work. So I'm gonna try to do that. Now, however, to make sure that I do not fry my power supplies, I have to buy MOSFETs and learn that electrical side of things where I can turn on and off each one of them individually. So basically, I will boot the ESP32, all the MOSFET switch will be in the off position, and then one by one, I'll turn one on, wait for 5 seconds. If possible, read the RPM so know that it is actually working. Then turn on the second one, then turn on the third one, fourth one. It should allow me to get things done. And my reality is right now 12-volt power bricks are not cheaply available. We are no longer in that world where that adapter is just a thing. Like, if you really want lot of amps, let's say 5 amps or 6 amps, you will reach a point where people like, dude, you might as well buy that what you call power supply, not wall watt. So how do I get something simple? Because again, aim of this device is to be simple. It cannot be like, okay, you need a power supply. So I may try to use USB-C power delivery, because that is becoming very high power. Like back in the day, we started with 5 watts. Now you can, most likely all of you are above 15 watt. And if you have high voltage systems, as in like power delivery standards, you can easily expect up to 60 watt. So that is enough oomph that if I tone down the voltage, basically use a buck converter, I can tone down 20 volt 3 amps to 5 volt, no, 12 volt 5 amps. I have already bought the buck converter, it's in shipping. So if I get that, that should allow me to use common systems. So of course I'm not abandoning this, and I'm like too frustrated to just keep going back and forth for the fans. So I'm just gonna push ahead with, let's see what happens. It's a lot of learning experience, so I'm happy with that. Some extension can block also. I do not get it. Like, are you talking about like reducing the voltage? Like, but again, that works in computers, because here you can have, like in computers, let's say the black wire, that is the ground, you can sort that to 7 volts. Sorry, sort that to 3.3 volt or 5 volt. So the potential difference goes down and you can slow down the speed. But if you are designing the whole system, where will you get that? And again, at this amperage, toning down will consume too much power. That's why PWM was invented, because like if you directly try to control multiple amps, it's very difficult in DC. So having the PWM allows manufacturer, whoever is manufacturing the controller here, to deal with it. That's why PWM was invented and used for everything. And I bought a ESP32 for it, so I have to use it. Let's see. I use Chrome extension called Unhook for YouTube Shorts, and I don't use Insta. I see, I get it, and there is some part of me that actually wants to try those things, but like since I'm a YouTuber, I do have to keep what you call awareness of what's happening, what things are happening. But I think way too many of my friends are married and having their first child, so I'm getting flooded with couple content, so to say. And since I watched one or two of them, now it's like that's all I'm getting. It's like such is life. Such is life. Life sometimes can play a troll game with you. So that happened. I talked about oh yeah, many of you may have known about this, may not have known about this. There is a whole ecosystem of storytellers who are working on open source ecosystem. Like one of my first example was SCP Universe, and this is a creepy universe, creepy pasta kind of universe, where they make creepy stories about SCP, and they have numbers, and the story has grown into like it has its own lore. Even though like everybody is contributing to it, it's awesome, it grows, and like it has voting and all that. So it's really, really good. And similar to that ecosystem, I just realized there was something new, which is humanity FIA, like how we have now America FIA. So it's a humanity FIA, and the idea is they have all the alien story. It's from Reddit, and like it started to go well, like, and they have amazing stories. Like of course I would not say the stories are like Dune level polished and all that, but like it's kind of interesting and something very new. So that has become my recent entertainment. So that's a very good thing. I would urge all of you to just give it a try. You may find it really worthwhile. You may find it worthwhile. Raspberry Pi Pico GPIO pins are same as old computer GPIO. Depends. I have to check. Basically, you have to know what is the voltage level, because you could be both. It could be 5 volts or it could be 3.3 volts. You have to be sure about that. And again, everything has an upper frequency limit. For example, I bought ESP32, not Arduino, for this exact reason. I wanted to grow, and like ESP32, everyone's like every ESP32, ESP32. So I was like, okay, I get it. Let me try it. And another part is ESP32 can easily make 25 kilohertz sign, basically PWM duty cycle that is needed. I have made a shot about that PWM sign. That's what I was showing, 25 kilohertz. That should in principle allow me to control this. And if I'm not mistaken, this does have 0 RPM, which is very odd for an industrial fan, but I kind of get it. If it is that heavy of a power draw, why you wanna like run it all the time? So I think I can turn it off using the PWM, but again, that's not a reliable system to turn it on, because during boot up it will spin. So, and, can you make a video series on SCP? No. That's not science. That's a bit of an entertainment kind of scenario. That's not science. I find it funny. I find it interesting, and I have not watched most of it like in long ago. Like there was a time where I was like into that content, watched it, absorbed it for like I think few months. I was like deep into it, and then I was like, okay, now it's my time to Tokyo drift away from it. Daily vlogs are also equal to shorts. Whenever I see myself like mental Yeah, you can see that. Like it's one or two times I kind of get it, right? Like there are some people, it's like, what do you actually do? Okay, one or two times, but daily content becoming a daily vlog content, like I woke up, I ate breakfast, I'm like, huh? Like that actually happens and people watch it. I'm like, huh? And again, regularly, I do not mind it if people watch it like once or twice. Like, yeah, it's an interesting thing. You may want to see some things, but like doing this like as a regular thing, that bothers me because that means we have way too much parasocial relationship formation. That is like way too scary. So, oops. I think somebody donated. I did not notice it. I am truly sorry. Hold on, just I think somebody actually used this UPI. Uh, no, no, no. It's stuck in pending. That's why I did not ping. No, it's stuck in pending. Okay. They may have pulled it from their end. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's genuinely weird to me, creepy to me. It's like why people are watching those content, and like again, once in a while I get it, but like that's a content ecosystem. People are watching it as a daily content. I'm like, really? Like, is your personal life really that void? Where you're like, okay, I'm gonna, just watch somebody else having a life. It's like, try having a life, try doing things, and again, it's like it's not that impossible. Like just go for a walk for crying out loud. And again, I'm working on myself. Let that be very clear. It's not that I'm sorted and all that, but like I am like there are bad days where I'm just like stuck in a loop. But you have to break through it because yes, still you only have one life, and it's running out. Heck, today during shaving, I realized already have what you call white hairs. SCP. How can you not find SCP, man? SCP universe. SCP, you have to write a number around it. Like let's say SCP Foundation. Type SCP Foundation. Then you should get it. SCP Foundation. Like there is SCP-001. There is SCP. Oh, but it's been quite a while. Like I was very deep into it, but like now it's like, uh, oh yeah, there is like a SCP-9. What do you call? SCP-096. I think this is the Screaming Man. If anybody sees it, it goes and poofs it. So I do expect interesting things to happen because now AI generated image should allow like interesting renditions and all that. So I should look into it again, or maybe I should not. Huh, there is Hindi content in this. Huh, I'm shocked. I'm genuinely shocked. Yeah, type SCP Foundation. SCP Foundation. So SCP-007, like it has a grand foundation and they are like giant stories where you reset everything and all that. But right now I'm like focused on human FEA, a new threat. New threat. That story is going on, but like it's a bit slow at this point. Once a week they're releasing it. I'm like, dude, it's gonna take weeks. Like I binge watch all the content, so now I have to slow down. It's like, ugh, it's frustrating. So yeah. Oh, and I recently learned a lot about cars AC compression. That was really interesting. Um, by the way, I would be really interested in any of you guys' opinions. Is like, what sort of approach should I take? Do not take daily videos. It does not work in my channel. And again, I was like too fatigued. It was just not working. Maybe it was turning people off. So, uh, if you have any unique approaches that I could do, because again, my current thinking is that, of course, after Monday, once I have done with that, once my mind is clear, I will try to do at least 2 or 3 videos per week, depending on like if something interesting happens in computers, computer Wednesday, something happens interesting in science, I will talk about science, all those things. But like, and then I'll focus on my projects because again, they do take time, and I'm not experienced enough where I can just like, okay, I can do it on the side. I did try it, but it rarely gets done. So this is one of those things that I have to really go through, sort it out. So oh, by the way, SCP also has some games. Like some of the studios have made it into games and all that. Okay, If I keep watching it, I'll fall back into the abyss. I cannot. I have to let go. I can't find a CP. Okay, now let's talk about some power electronics. So my first attempt is the MOSFET that I'm trying is IRL Z44N. Now this puppy should be more than capable enough of handling these things. So let's see. And I have also ordered OLED screens. So because at first I thought I can use Wi-Fi to monitor the fan RPM and all, PWM, but then I was like unnecessary thing. I'm talking about a few megs. It does not need to have Wi-Fi. Again, ESP32 has Wi-Fi. That's good and all, but it should not rely on it. And again, it would be like what you call too much. What you call uh, project of Star Shot. Tony, what are you talking about? Like, can you provide some context? I'm missing some context here. So, are you talking about that laser using propulsion to like light-based propulsion to send something far away? Are you talking about that? But I have not seen any new discussion about it, and I have already covered Starshot videos like few years ago, 3 years ago. Damn, I'm getting old. It's a different kind of system. Again, almost everybody had talked about it 5, 6 years ago. So I do not know if something new happened. Please do tell me. I would like to know. Even the Cosmos TV show from Neil deGrasse Tyson, that also happened like 3 years ago. So quite old. So if you have any what you call new things, do let me know. I would like to know. Tony. Anyway, that was awesome. So using that MOSFET, again, I do not need switching. I do not need PWM. All I need just as a good reliable on-off switch, which should be off. So ESP32 should command one fan to turn on, check the RPM if it works out. Again, I did not. Project Star Source in Space Update. Space Update, like, is that a YouTube channel? Because again, this is ancient, so I have no idea. Like, and again, nobody's. Oh, sorry, I may have fried all of your ears. Space Update. Because there's been many time people repeat very old things, and it's yeah, I'm not getting it's like anything new about it. I'm not getting any new news about it. It's like, and again, nobody's seriously working on it, so I'm reasonably not sure. So, if you have any country or organization that has decided that they're gonna work on it or launch the probe, do tell me. But other than that, I have, like, I have no clue what you are exactly talking about. And have you guys seen the flooding of this like AI based systems where thumbnails are just like basically Neil Armstrong is like, I'm sorry, we lied. I'm like, really? Really? Like, it has like reached a point where it's like so obviously bad. And I'm like scared. Like, this is current versions of AI. Imagine how good it would be like, few years from now, few years, maybe 2 years, where it's like indistinguishable. Like, what will we do as a content creator? Like, this is genuinely scary. Like, what will we do? So, life sometimes can be scary. Hmm. Okay, so that would be the PWM side. Again, one big thing that I have to do, which I haven't done so far, is that I have to use that charcoal filter, that printing. Since my printer is a very basic Ender 3, I do not like. Actually, I can trust my printer now because I have upgraded the motherboard from 8-bit to 32-bit, basically Creality board. It's much silent now. Stepper motors are absolutely silent. However, there is fan that is on the print head. That fan is so noisy. Everything else is dead quiet. That fan alone makes so much noise. And again, back in the day, I was not aware of that noise because stepper motor was so loud. Once I have quieted down the stepper motors, now I'm like, I can't tolerate that noise. So this is the first time I'm trying overnight prints, and so far it's working out. But I'm always scared it might burn down my house. So that's that part. Although our house is made out of bricks, concrete, stuff, it should be robust, held up. At least I hope so. So let's see. First on your channel, knock knock. First channel, kidding. Uh, first on your knock knock. Is that a knock knock joke? Are you trying some knock knock jokes, sir? That's a very interesting. Very interesting. Oh, how many of you are prepared for the Monday launch of Boeing Starship? How can explain a row map in channel? Roadmap in channel. How can explain roadmap in channel? I do not get roadmap of what, Tony? Please do clarify if I do not have context of what you're talking. Hey, dude, why you are lighting in such a short notice? Like I'm gonna read everything, and YouTube has just opened up what you call quick. What is this? It just gave me that message. Yeah, low latency mode. It's a new kind of mode that they are trying out. That is that should allow very low latency because YouTube's default latency is 20 seconds. So that 20 second is now a few seconds. So you can type everything and I can read it almost real time. Knock knock joke. Shivam, knock knock joke. Yeah, it was an interesting joke. People were trying to make some jokes. Knock knock jokes. And again, there's one thing. If you ever find fans like this, which you do not know where it came from, you can open the hub and see what happened. So do you do yoga, pranayam, or any other exercises? I do long evening walks every day. It keeps my mind clear. Yoga and all that, I do not have patience for that. I do morning exercise. I have to for my spine, but not yoga. Every time I try that, my mind freaks out, and it has like there are some things I think my brain literally hates it, where it's like if I try to do those things, my brain will fight so hard that it causes me more pain than it is like worth it. It's like almost like no, no, you will not do this. I'm like, okay, okay. It's like I have a very short life. I cannot spend that life itself fighting about something. It's like fighting square. It's like, yeah, I have enough BS to worry about. Oh, so this MOSFET that I'm offering, it's N channel. So unfortunately, N channel, if I'm not mistaken, it fails open, meaning if it's any issue happens inside, it will open the gates. It will not close it. But okay, it's like it is what it is. Um, but it does support 100 kilohertz of switching. I do not need something that high, but better than nothing. And high current rating. Yeah, I do need these puppies are very high current rating. I do expect this to be around. I found the what you call sheets from where the because this 4 dot does not manufacture it. They buy it and stamp it and sell it. And the way the cost is, I think they are buying it reject units and they are selling it. Like, of course, not dead units, rejected units that did not meet the quality control. So I think that's how they are dealing with this. Huh. I know knock knock. Now I know knock knock joke is a joke. Yeah, that's happening. Are you dealing with something else also? Because like you are responding way too slowly. So are you watching some other live stream? Are you watching some other stuff, my man? Although on other news, India has become hot, like hotter than usual. Apparently, we are now hotter than Africa. Like we are already crossing, as of now, 44 degrees Celsius. Yeah, that's brutally hot. Like that's hot. Like that's like ooh, kind of hot. Like that's my top floor. That's like even with concrete, it's getting cooked. We really have to build a shade on our rooftop. And like again, my aim was to build solar, but that costs money, and my channel is not providing me a lot of money. So I'm basically trying to do investment, but it's more of like for me, it's like invert EMI. So instead of EMI, I'm doing SIP, and once I have the hopefully I'll give up like 80% of the budget, 20% should be the from the profit point. Two live stream in a week? No, no, no. One live stream per week, not two live stream a week. One live stream per week. Yeah, two live stream from my point of view because I'm doing a one live stream in a Hindi channel, one live stream in this channel. So from my point, two live streams. And again, I think this time kind of I can make it work. Like from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. would be my Hindi channel, 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. would be this English channel. So I think this would work out. And if I make it routine enough, I think enough people would watch it. Hopefully, knock on wood, enough people will watch it where it could become something useful. I haven't even used fans yet in Thai season. Where do you live physically? Where do you live, Deepak? I'm genuinely curious. Where do you physically live? Because again, anywhere in India, it's like 40 degrees Celsius. If you're not running fan, there could be few reasons. You may be living in like lower floors of a building, so Himachal, sir. Yeah, but where are you living? Even in Himachal, the temperature is high. So how the heck? Like, are you in that weird spot where you're next to a mountain and you get a lot of wind breeze or something like that? everywhere, all over India, temperature is bonkersly high. So how the heck? Let's say Himachal's temperature right now. Doctor, yes, I am joined live stream. HIMAC Himachal. Let's look at the temperature. You are almost close to Nepal, but again, even Nepal is cooking it right now. So how the heck your temperature is so cold? Himachal Pradesh temperature 17 degrees Celsius. Huh? Daytime your temperatures are only going up to 23 degrees Celsius. You lucky bastard. uh, Himachal. Yeah, you lucky. I hate you. You're so lucky. Oh, for the people who use Fahrenheit for some reason, that's 62. Yeah, I do get it why you guys do not know summer. Like same way Indians do not know winter. You guys Westerners do not know summer. Like nah, bro. You do not know summer. GJIN Juno Kuro. Hi S2T. Hello to you. Yes, I've joined a late live stream. Okay. Okay. Cool. Yeah. So that MOSFET that I'm going to use, my aim is have four of them, have USB power delivery, because nowadays you cannot just buy wall watts. And again, high power wall watts do not exist. Like if you want to buy a 12 volt, 5 amp power supply, you cannot just buy it. They will say like just buy the power brick, like like how you have a power block in your 3D printer. It's not an adapter thing, but because of the development of fast charging in mobile phone, USB power delivery, you can buy very small power adapters that are very powerful, like 60 watt, 100 watt. So my aim is using that, like I can utilize 20 volts, 3 amps. Again, 3 amps is the limitation if you want to use passive cables. If you want to use active cables only, then you can unlock 5 amps. If you want 3 amps, you can use any cable. If you want 5 amps, you have to have e-marker chip cable. So I do not want to focus on that. And not to mention, a majority of power bricks are focused only on 3 amps. Of course, 20 volts, 3 amps. So I'm going to use that and use a step down converter to take that 20 volts, step it down to 5 volts, 5 volt, pardon me, 12 volts, 5 amps. So that should give me enough room to run 4 of these. Again, not at full power. I'm pretty sure this alone can do it, because even though on the website where I found the original sheet of this, they're saying it's 24 watts, and I'm reasonably sure this puppy consumes more than 2 amps, because I connected it with my motherboard. Water pump port, that port is rated for 4 amps. And this was reaching a point where it was cycling. It was cycling exactly how it was, like, it was underpowered, so to say. So I fundamentally find it very disturbing, like what kind of power level this fan has. Where is that fan model number? Okay, yeah, finally. Sorry, it took me quite a while to find it. Yeah, fan model is NIDEC, NIDEC Corporation, all for dreams. The model number is V12E B5. This is the fan, the closest looking fan, and they have way too much errors in their website. Operating temperature, okay, degrees Celsius. Mass, instead of grams, is degrees Celsius. Like mass is 265 degrees Celsius. I'm like, that's hot. So they do have a lot of mistakes. So that's why I'm not sure what is the power draw of it, because they say voltage 12 volt. Okay, awesome. Test it. Operating current 2.29 amps. That motherboard system was rated for 4 amps. It was still struggling, so I'm not sure about it. It could be a defective unit, that's why it was so cheap. That could be there. Rated input power is 27 watt maximum. I could see that. Maximum RPM 7,000. It is so dangerous if this touches here. Yeah. Yeah, that's what spirit. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Like this is too dangerous to use. Thankfully, I have bought metal covers, because again, by finger, and this side has some. And again, this won't be exposed. Okay, finger can go inside. Thankfully, I bought a set of these things basically. I bought a set of these rings, so to say. The set was 6 rings. So I have enough that I can put basically on the front and on the back without any issue. So I can give protection, so I cannot just like, that can be done. But it does draw a lot of power. I will try testing it, but I'm scared. I'm actually scared of these things. These are dangerous. Like I'm getting it, like why people say Delta fans are like finger choppers. Like it was making sound, like sound, dangerous, scary sound. Ooh. Technical Prasaji, that's what you sent. Okay. I have joined not I think you should create new channel, because you can lose old subscribers. Nah, that won't work anymore. Like YouTube has changed too much. And again, I have 15 years of experience. Yes, my first video was that old. And again, I was not seriously doing YouTube. Like when I was in class 11, I did try a YouTube video and I did get monetized back then. Back then, they did not have like 1,000 hours and 4,000 hours and and again I did got some money, but like again that time I was not serious. That time I was focused on becoming a 3D game artist, and I did become a 3D game artist. It's just that after that company exploded and I got a second job, and like again I got the job as in like join in. They did not want me to join that moment because again I got the letters and all that. It's just they were like our next project will start on this time, come at that time. So it's a common thing they wanted to do. It's a small company. So during that time I was like, okay, let me look around some other things. I looked around a company, met two founders, and they were like, okay, let's have an interview and all that. And after that interview they asked me like again it was a very good intro. Again, it's like mano a mano kind of communication. Two people, like three people, two founders, me, and we were talking for like 1.5 hours. Like we were going all in. At the end, one of the founders talked something, and it was the biggest bitch slap I received in my life. Till that point life has surpassed it, but he asked me like, okay, so what have you done? I was like, yeah, I worked in Halo and this. No, 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 what have you done? Like as in like, what is you, where Anupam Vipul is the first name. I was like, ouch. My name is there. Like you can play Forza. Heck, I forgot which Forza. But if you watch it, there's name Anupam Vipul in the scroll list. You can see Anupam Vipul. So that's there. Spider-Man also. My name is there, but like not the movie, the game, PlayStation game. But I was like, my name is not there in the top. I was like, ooh. So after that, I decided I will never work for someone else. I will try. If it works, works. Does not work, no problem. I'll deal with it. So that's how I became a YouTuber. Uh, your original plan to control the fan with RPM because you need to use it to just unlock it. Yeah, I will use PWM. PWM is my control plan. I just want that MOSFET switching just for so I can basically when it detects power, it speeds up to the full RPM, then slows down. Then it reads the TAC, basically PWM signal. So that's a very strong surge. I do not like that surge. To make sure that surge does not damage weak power supplies, I'm like one. Start, calm down, go to your hopefully I can read the tech output of this. I have no idea what happened to that ESP32. One time I did try it. I had one. So far I have three ESP32s. Where is this one? Where is it? Yeah. uh, Yeah, so I have three ESP32s. This one is half fried. It does work. It does connect to USB. Does send the serial output. But PWM signal is messed up, and I have no idea. I cannot upload sketch to it. Yes, I've been pressing button. Yes, I've been pressing both button. Yes, I've been pressing one button after the another. I tried everything. It does not take sketches anymore, so it's almost crippled from me. And the biggest danger part is that this heats up too much. Too much heat happens here. So, your channel YouTube experience 50 and my age 17. Yeah, like I've watched like as an Indian I got internet very early on, like before Geo thing became a thing. Like I got very early on internet access. So I was like in class 10. That was my deal with my father. It's like if you clear class 10, do not fail in the exam, you'll get a computer, and the budget for the computer would be equivalent of how much percentage you get multiplied by 1,000. So if I get 50%, I get 50,000 rupees. So I did pass. I did make money. Did got my first computer. So that's how I started. That's when I did that thing. But back then it was kind of very different world. It was the world of how-to videos. Like that was the era of how-to videos. That's how long ago. Like that time, Kip K was a very popular YouTuber. Jesus, I'm old. Uh, I've watched Linus Tech Tips when he was working at Linus Tech Tips, like that company. Like I have watched him that. Like he had like very early on, he had a presentation where like he comes out of a box, he cuts a box cutter and opens it. That's how long I've been watching him. So things are just like scary how things have changed. Like, and I gone through that era where YouTube was just becoming a site, 18 plus site. They were like almost they were pushing it, and then YouTube was like, okay, 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 we see you, what you're trying to do. So they did that. Then there was an era of like everything was like retention, 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 retention. Then they changed other things. I was like this, like I've seen things. I have seen things, a lot of things. Just like space shuttle engine starts before full takeoff. Yeah, space shuttle also does the same thing. The three engines do not start simultaneously. It looks simultaneously to us because the sequence is so fast, but it's in milliseconds. So one engine will start 5 milliseconds. Next engine will start, go to full power. Then third engine will start, go to full power. Then the controller will all go ahead. So it's one of those things. Talk about India politics in new channel. I think it would be successful. But again, politics makes me miserable. That's why I do not want to talk about it. It makes me miserable. I'm like, I have enough misery in my life. I do not want extra misery from my work. My first computer class first, where internet was third standard. Damn. Ah, but you are younger than me, exponentially younger than me. So yeah. Ah, damn. Oof. How time flies. Like Kip K, I remember his videos. Tyler, yeah, like he was very good. Like I really used to love his videos back in that day. Like it was a different YouTube back then, you know. It was a different. That time pranks was not a thing. That time like skits were a thing. Like people were making sketches and skits, and it was awesome. Like you know, Kip K made like, and I think he was Kip K. Oh, and How to was the biggest channel if I'm not mistaken. That time it was like 5 6 million, which again for that time it was like whoa, and like this is the time where if you subscribe, they will actually send you the notification because again people were only subscribed to few channels, so it is like, uh, so are you trying any sandbox game like Minecraft or anything? Yeah, there was a time where I was trying this. Uh, Satisfactory. I loved that game. I played like 200 hours of it. Then life happened. Ironically, that was the last game I played on my last PC. I got like, you know, current system is kind of good. Like, you know, I would not consider it like, you know, Linux Tech Tips level, but this puppy has 4070 Ti. So this is good puppy. And it has like, you know, AMD 7012 core system. So this puppy is good puppy. So this is a good system. I have not played a single game in it. This puppy has 32 GB of RAM. I have not played a single game on it. All I do is write DVDs into this game, this computer. Yes, I am that guy. Like I want to, whenever I need to, what you call, save any document or any photos, basically, want to save it for long term, I write it down here. So that's how I say it. I've also watched how to's. Yeah, that was a very big deal back then. Like very big deal. Like most people do not know. Like it was like what you will call uh, PewDiePie, like how PewDiePie at one point was the big deal. Now it's Mr. Beast. How to was that back then? There was one of my video that worked very well back then. It was how to NAS video. I think I made it 2012 or something like that, and that video has like 60,000 views. It was like damn. For that time, it was very good. Either they gave me a phone after phone after 12. Yeah, yeah, phone is a bit more distracting. I can understand the computer part because again you cannot take it, run away or like you know hide it. So I get it. But mobile phone is far more distracting. So I could understand a parent's desire to be like, okay, computer, we get it. Okay, cool. But like, and again, I've heard some scary rumors that current kids, like who are like 12 or 13 years old at this point, do not know computer as well as we did when we were 12, 13 years old, and that scares me. That should not be possible. And some people were saying it's because like computers are now a thing that just works. That is factually true, but like, what are these kids learning? Like generally, like people are saying, oh, new things. Like what new things? Like what are the new things? Because here's the deal, I could understand like back in the days programming was done by physical transistor. Like you will physically, okay, this transistor is N transistor, let me change it to P transistor. That's how you used to like if you look into the recent news of Voyager probe, they were looking about programming language. That was not programming language. It was like, okay, this hardware, this transistor has to be like this. So like it was a completely what you call machine level. Then we have abstraction layer, we keep moving up. But where are modern kids going? Because that's the scary part to me, because they are not in a position where uh, you can give them a phone and they can be like, okay, I got this. So that's a very scary situation. It's like, what are they learning? Because even computers, they are not that good. Phones, like ask most of them, it's like, hey, install multiple numbers on one name and give the name or the SIM name. Basically, you have a customer name. Let's say my name. I have two SIMs. So write the SIM name there. like Airtel SIM, Geo SIM, or BSNL SIM. Right, that like most people don't even know. But every kid back in my days used to know this. So it's one of the things. Can I run device on MI power brick that supports the same voltage? Power brick shows output of 5 volt, 9 volt, 12 volt, 20 volt. MI power brick has 20 volts? I doubt it. And again, I really doubt 12 volt. It could be 15 volt or because 12 volt is not standard. It was standard in PD back in the day, but it was not standard anymore. So I'm not sure that 20 volt, if it's 20 volt, that should work. The way I'm planning it, it should work 20 volts. 15 volt, it should work. 12 volt, I'm not sure. I don't think it will work. So that's true because my friends call Wi-Fi not which router or which gigahertz it's run. Yeah, that's the scary part. It's like for us, it was like we knew things, right? Like we knew things, we learned things. Like what are these kids learning? Because their education is not good. That's like, no. But again, we always had this era where it's like, okay, if your kid is not good in education, they may be good in computers and all that. But right now, kids are good in nothing. That scares me. It's like they cannot build toys on themselves. They cannot deassemble something, construct it again. And again, you have 3D printers, and again, most of them cannot design anything. It's like, what are they learning? Because like somebody was talking about like, oh, do you want them to learn everything old? It's like, no, no, I do not want them to learn anything old. But like I'm reasonably sure if I give a modern kid that is like around 10, 12 years old a torch, he could not figure out how that works. Even though that's in a school subject, it's a basic thing, battery, light, and all that. Doing that physically is hard for kids nowadays. I'm like, how is that happening? I hope people are exaggerating. I hope that's not true. But I've seen way too many evidence, which I am trying to avoid because if true, that's scary because I genuinely want to know what are they learning? They're not that good with tech. They're not that good with education. What are they learning? Like asking a prompt to ChatGPT? That's what they're learning. And because again, spelling and grammar is like my I used to think my spelling and grammar is bad, which is bad, factually bad. I am saying theirs are worst. So kids are learning from reels. Eesh. Ooh. But again, that's also another thing because again, I also make shorts, and there are amazing creators in YouTube also that make amazing shorts about technical things as YouTube, like how to Wi-Fi router works, how this works, that work, like very good work, not amazing because again, what can you do in 1 minute? But they do a lot of technical things in 1 minute. But I think they are watching too much top G content. My some friends don't know what is a run. Run as in like a run of what? Like provide context. So do NASA research on plants? Like many YouTubers claim NASA recommends acar plants, snake plants, etc. Like, yeah, I'm reasonably sure NASA does work on plants because again, that's they have to figure it out how to use plants for what you call Mars colony. It's like so they can have oxygen generation, and there are plants in ISS. But I genuinely doubt that NASA is telling anybody to plant trees. Why they are saying it? Figure that part out. If they are saying this plant has like a very good absorption of oxygen, this has very good absorption of carbon dioxide, all of those things. Like again, if you can find detail, that's good. If you cannot find details, that means most likely what happened is NASA is working on it. It's like which plant gives the most oxygen. They're like, okay, this plant gives it. Again, they have a botany department. That was the one thing you must have watched Martian, and that was the okay. Like there is always a botanist in NASA's group. Always, I think, if I'm not mistaken, one or two botanists are regularly there in ISS. So they do have a good biological department for these things. So at least 4 plants per person per room. Yeah, that they are saying for their space habitats kind of thing. So Snapdragon is gonna launch a laptop soon with Snapdragon Elite. Yeah, yeah, they are working on it. They are really, really working on it. And again, I'm hopeful because if ARM becomes good on basically Windows, because again, Windows have too much what you call. Oh, Windows run. Okay, okay. Windows run. Win run. Yeah. See, that's the whole point. It's like, what is the scope of your knowledge? Because that's what has to happen, right? Like my father learned, let's say this much. I have to learn this much. My kid has to learn this much. That's how humanity is supposed to go. And of course, it will take a thread because again, human brain has upper limit. It can't be this much. But like, what's happening here? Because that part is scaring me. That part is scaring me. I do not get that part. It's like, what's happening there? So Windows run, yeah, but like a Windows R command prompt. I'm pretty sure command prompt is like, what is this? So yeah, because this is one of the things. Like I can use Handbrake. Again, it's tedious, frustrating application. I can use it. I can even touch FFmpeg, but I am reasonably sure most of the modern kids cannot just do transcoding a video. but we used to do a lot, like, because back in the old days mobile phone could was not that powerful, so I have to convert into 3GP AVI DivX files so it can run in mobile phones. So we had a whole ecosystem of that. So I'm not seeing modern kids doing that, so that's what scares me. It's like, what are you doing? Like, your education, again, according to all the teachers, is not good. According to your text and comments and all that, yeah, your communication is really poor. uh, yeah, they're good at facing themselves in a camera, that I could say. We are using experimental. Like, what else can we do with this thing other than what it's designed to do? Yeah, but that's supposed to be childhood. That's supposed to be childhood, where you are experimenting with things, learning things out, figure things out, and all that jazz. Anyway, I'm genuinely shocked this live stream actually went well and I got more than 10 concurrent view. That was shocking to me. But now 1 hour has happened and my hamstring is about to kill me. So let me take a break from you guys and I will see you guys again next week, same time, same channel.